Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense for the Chiefs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
Forced out to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 41, Jackson. That's complete. Left side to Bateman.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Ravens receivers have ranked last in receptions and receiving yards each of the last 2 years. Thus, the pick of Rashad Bateman at the University of Minnesota. He was a first-round pick, number 27 overall, and they expect to see more catches and more first downs from that young man.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson going to hold on to it again.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Here's Jackson.
Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Dobbins.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And these two continue to work so well together. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Maybe the best quarterback and tight end in the game today. 105 catches for Kelce last year. Second among NFL tight ends.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And a good catch there by Mark Andrews. And many think that paired with Lamar Jackson, they may be the best quarterback-tight end combo this side of Mahomes and Kelce.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd down and 3. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they're going deep for Hill.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson now. First down and more for Jackson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, when you got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure he'll wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. From the 38, Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Mike's 40.
Now it's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Mahomes now on first down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Odafe Owe in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes looking underneath, and he finds McKinnon. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Catch is made by Hardman. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. And a really unbelievable play there on 4th and long.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Screenplay, McKinnon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And it's caught. Touchdown. Travis Kelce, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the 30 on second down, Jackson slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Play action. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36.
And I have to think that the Ravens are going to continue to find ways to get J.K. Dobbins the ball, and even more in the passing game this year. Just 18 catches as a rookie a year ago. Would not be surprised to see that number at least double in 2021.
Tucker's kick is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Final shot before the half from Mahomes.
Buying time to his left. That's caught left side by Hardman. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. And Byron Pringle made the Chiefs roster undrafted out of Kansas State. Kind of been buried on the depth chart the last few years, but he's made some important catches when called upon.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Flushed out right. A dump down to McKinnon. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Calais Campbell showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Jackson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
49 to Mike, watch 49. Here we go. Mike's 49.
4th down, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An incredible play there on 4th down in their own territory. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. This time, Jackson will throw it. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And Kansas City drafted McCole Hardman, hoping he could be something of a Tyreek Hill clone. They're still trying to find his exact niche. He did have 41 catches last year, and he makes a nice one there.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Play action. Now Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Jackson on 1st down. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down. Now Jackson. Forced out to his left.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman.
His third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from taking the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he will lose yardage here back. At the 23-yard line.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Mahomes going to throw. They complete it to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Another huge season last year for Tyreek Hill, teaming up with Patrick Mahomes. Close to 1,300 yards receiving. 15 touchdowns as well. And that was second only to Devontae Adams. We know about the big plays. Also makes the dependable chain-moving catches as well.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He is going to find Hill here.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Mahomes to throw once more. That one complete to Hill. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Second down at 5.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Flushed out right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Mahomes now to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown!
Noah Gray
With his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. So now a big spot here as the Chiefs will indeed go for 2. Mahomes will throw for it. Being chased out left. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead.
And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Jackson.
Eluding the pressure right.
1st down and more for Jackson.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Throwing. Jackson.
Now he's forced out right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Jackson's throws on target to Duvernay.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Jackson. Flush to his right. Toward the pylon, caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins from 8 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime. Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all. Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish. You obviously don't have a flight to catch. Tomorrow. Oh, look at this. They're not even going to get the 2-point play off. Maybe too much indecision. It's going to cost them 5 yards. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position. Mahomes. Finding Hardman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Mahomes will throw. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. Looking underneath, and he finds McKinnon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And this one is right through. And they'll be celebrating Playing in the Power and Light District, the Chiefs have won the football game. To win, it's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Kansas City, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.